Hey there, I've been playing around with different places to do my vlogs from, and this is actually my working desk study area in the knowledge sector of my house. We have a very, very auspicious 9 star that's at the front door, and we're very lucky because it actually activates 2 other sectors. So usually we don't get so lucky. And the way that I built this house and designed it from the beginning was already intuitively coming to me because I've just been getting these really interesting teachings through space and information, and I'm in a state of blessing as my Lama, who I was meditating with for 20 years, completely changed my viewpoint of life, and I wouldn't see life the same if it wasn't for his influence and his late wife Hannah's influence as well. And since that journey, since I've kind of gone off and done my own thing with that wisdom behind me, I feel very lucky and I feel very blessed that I could learn from that and take from that rather than walk away from it in a bad way. I just feel sometimes things change and it's time for one to actually go into other areas, because what I've learned from that experience is that we really can become one-sided when we start having one person every week or every 2 weeks telling you the same information. You have to understand you're exposing yourself to this, and you'll be around different opinions and different behaviors, and it's easy to not see that. So since then, I've kind of really gone back to me, back to who I am and the person that was always there and just was uncovered through the meditation. And that's been a really strong guiding light, and also a really strong point of my intuition, and using it with my work and my services and my life. And what it's served me and how it's gotten me where I am is because what I've come across a lot is with clients is that they don't trust their body and they don't trust themselves, and that causes them to freeze in moments where naturally maybe one was able to, it's almost like as a way of quietening us down. We've thought about our bodies as something that needs to be ignored, and we focus so much on our mind, and sometimes too much on our mind, and then you've got the issues that you're not actually learning anything because you're not experiencing through your body. So if you don't have a visceral experience, it won't, if there's any trauma there, it won't be unreleased. And then if you want joy and freedom to move, you need to be in flow and open to allow that. So it's like learning to be in that state, and actually knowing that when you're in that state, you're making decisions that are true to you first. And because of that, you actually start to listen to yourself and you trust yourself, and you find a way to finally be who you want to be, no matter what's going on around you. And I think this is part of my practice, because I did so many talks on Buddhism and on the mind for 20 years. That was a huge part of what we learned and what we were taught, and I take that away with me as a great skill set in life, in the way that you learn how people listen if you're the one talking, because if someone isn't paying attention, you watch how people behave, you watch what really is going on in people's minds, and the realization is that we're all just thinking our own thing, but we're just sitting around each other doing it. It's quite hard to finally get to that place where you can relax yourself and not be afraid of what's in your mind to be shared. So if you can be in that state around the people you love, imagine how much happier you would be, because you would actually be doing something for you at all times without building resentment towards others. This is very hard to get to, but you have to stay very true to you, and you have to trust your body and your mind. You have to trust yourself. You have to fully love yourself and trust yourself and completely honor that first. And do not take any bullshit from anyone. This is your only way you will survive and be happy without relying on anyone else. You can rely on people, but you at your cost, at your setting, at your where your boundaries are. Like, you don't cross them. Once you start crossing them and you lose yourself, you lose your life, and then you resent that person or whatever builds up, and you make stupid decisions based on that. Everybody gets tired and fatigued and doesn't want to ask for help, and they think they all can do it because they're heroes. But realistically, we need to be open to others. We need to be able to stop and do the work without anyone telling you that you're doing something wrong. Because if that's what it starts with, then you will not relax. You have to be authentically you. Thank you.